Alright, so we have a very rapid transition from day 6 to day 7, so starting out here so we don't miss anything. We each had a lot of things happen during that conclave of the voodoo clan here. It seems that Tetelo, who we learned about from reading our great-great-something's journal, seems to have possessed Malia during this ceremony. Tetelo, it seems that our ancestor in some way betrayed her, but also helped her, and somewhere along the line we lost, the ancestor rather, lost our family's talisman, which Tetelo was mocking us for, asking us whether or not that would still be there to protect us, which it seems that we don't have. So, let's dive in and see where the journey takes us from here. Day 7. My last ally laid to waste. I ran towards the light. I prayed for one to change my path, to give me strength to fight. Oops. And someone pulled us away from the conclave after we passed out.
Gabriel! Gabriel, wake up!
Ow, my head.
It's about time. I've been trying to wake you for hours. There's no time to lose.
I had another dream.
It wasn't a dream, believe me. Now come on, get dressed.
Wait a minute. I'm starting to remember. Something about Malia.
She's the head priestess of the voodoo cartel. They're responsible for the murders. They've been doing it for years.
Malia?
Sorry.
Last night she was the leopard. Like in my dreams, Grace.
I know. Those dreams were a warning. Now come on, get dressed.
But last night, Malia changed. She became someone, something else. And then I blacked out, I think. How did I get home?
I followed you last night. I had my doubts about the Gettys. Did you know that they arrived in New Orleans in 1800? Just in time for the voodoo influx. I knew you were going to try to sneak into a ceremony last night, so I followed you. Lucky for you that I did. If you'd been left at the circle last night, I don't know what she would have done to you.
You're wrong. Malia wouldn't hurt me.
What about Tetelo?
Tetelo? They were chanting that last night. That's the name from Gunther's journal. The woman who took the talisman.
Yes. Gabriel, it's your destiny you're facing. You can't just blunder your way through this or you'll end up dead. Tetelo will be after you now. You have to call your great-uncle in Germany.
Uncle Wolfgang?
Yes. He knows more about this than we do.
Okay, I'll call him. But Malia isn't responsible for those things, Grace. It's that spirit, that Loa. It's Tetelo.
Yeah. Possession is convenient that way. Call Wolfgang, Gabriel. I'll be in the shop.
Grace is showing herself to truly be our saving grace. Sorry. Alright, so Uncle Wolfgang's... Oh. Uncle Wolfgang's number. Pull it up. Alright, and give him a ring. Turn the phone on. 4909324333.
Guten Tag, Sie haben Schloss Ritter erreicht?
This is Gabriel Knight. Can I speak to Wolfgang, please?
Ja, Herr Knight. Einen Moment, bitte.
Gabriel, it's so good to hear your voice. I had such a dream last night.
There's a good reason for that, Uncle Wolfgang. We need to talk.
Gabriel fills in Wolfgang on the events of the previous evening.
It is even worse than I thought.
You bet it is. We have to talk about what I'm supposed to do.
So, obviously a lot of topics we can talk to him about, but really we just need to talk about...
Tell me about Tetelo.
Well, from your description of the ritual last night, I'd say that Gunther's mistress, Tetelo, is now the primary Loa for the Gedde tribe. It seems she still controls them by possessing her female descendants and speaking through them. Do you remember in Gunther's journal he said that Tetelo was possessed by her father's Loa during the killings in Charleston? This sounds similar, but Tetelo has obviously become a much more powerful Loa than her father ever was. Probably because of the added power of the talisman.
Let's talk about the talisman.
I myself have only seen it in old sketches and paintings, and in my dreams. It was in the family for centuries before Tetelo took it. It is believed to be as old as the role of Schattenjäger itself. The talisman has genuine power. I don't know how or why, but it is so. The Schattenjägers swore to use the power for good, never for evil. For defense, not offense. Since it fell into Tetlo's hands, I'm afraid to think what the power has been used for, or what it will be used for in the future. With the talisman, Tetlo has all the power and we none. The only possible way to fight her is to regain the talisman. Then we will at least be on more equal footing.
Tell me more.
How can we regain the talisman?
We've been searching for the talisman for years, ever since we lost it. It's a terrible thing to know that something powerful that was entrusted to us is in the wrong hands. The talisman is probably buried with Tetlo's remains. That's what gives her Loa so much power.
How would we find Tetelo's remains?
Ha! We have pondered that question a long time, the Ritters. There are two probabilities. The first is that her remains are with the tribe at their current location. The other is that the remains were returned to a sacred place near the tribe's original homeland. We've tried to locate Tetlo's African homeland, but Gunther says so little in his journal about her tribe, and slaving records are practically non-existent. Also, Tetlo's tribe was utterly destroyed in its African form in the late 17th century. There was nothing like a census in Africa then. As for the other idea, we had no clue as to where Tetlo's people went after fleeing Charleston. Until now.
Let's discuss the possible African homeland.
All right. Have you learned anything that might help us locate it?
I spoke with the Professor Hartridge. Unfortunately for him, he thinks the tribe's name was Agri, and that they lived near the Fon tribe in what is now called the People's Republic of Benin.
That is incredible, Gabriel. I must go research this new information in my library right now.
Wait, what should I do?
Taylor, if you get a chance, you might look into the possibilities that Tetlo's remains are somewhere in New Orleans. But don't try to broach their private areas without my assistance, Gabriel. You will make a fine Schattenjäger, but only if you're not dead.
Sure, I'll wait.
Bye, then, Gabriel. And remember, if you need a place of safety, come to Schloss Ritter.
Goodbye, Uncle Wolfgang.
Alrighty then. So, I want to get to Schloss Ritter. I wonder how we can pull that off. Alright, let's obviously not forget to read the paper. Most important thing in the world.
Times Picayune, dated June 24th, 1993. There's nothing about the voodoo murders case in the papers today. Gabriel finds a humorous tidbit under the Life is Stranger Than Fiction column. Apparently, there were reports of ghosts in the Bayou Saint Jean last night. Various people called the newspaper with stories about hearing strange noises and seeing weird lights over the swamp. Some folks claim it's the ghost of Marie Laveau. The paper relates it to similar delusions that crop up every Halloween. Gabriel's horoscope today reads, "Wise is the warrior who knows when to fight and when to get the hell out of dodge."
God help me, I'm actually starting to listen to this guy.
It might be time to hit the road, I guess.
I'm going out for a bit.
Be careful.
So, I think, yeah, if we try to go to the drugstore, it's closed, and the museum is also closed.
Posted on the door of the museum is a sign saying it's closed until further notice.
And Moonbeam, I think, is actually gone as well. Yep.
A sign on the front door of Magentia's home reads, attending a channeling seminar until August 1st.
So a lot of the locations we could go to are essentially closed off to us, which helps out in narrowing down that we actually need to go to the cemetery. And take a walk down to the tomb, which the button for the first time is actually open. So we can hit this.
Gabriel hears the faint sound of breaking glass.
Interesting. Right.
Dang. You'd think there'd be a light.
So we're kind of trapped in the darkness, but luckily, I think on day one, we picked up a handy-dandy flashlight. So we can shine it around, and this button, I think, actually gets us out of here. But we can look through some of these drawers, and I'll just open one because they all show the same thing. Yes. So you see a corpse.
There's
Awesome.
no reason
But if we open this one,
Gabriel can't do.
this one in the middle, we find
Mosley,
mostly. Oh no, we dropped our flashlight.
I dropped my flashlight. Huh?
Oof. Someone popped us one.
Ouch, my head. What the hell was that?
It looks like
Someone's broken the light in here. No wonder it's so dark.
interesting. And we open this bad boy back up. Mosley is gone, but something got left behind. So let's take a look at what that was.
It's a man's wallet.
Let's open it up.
Gabriel opens the wallet and finds some ID belonging to Mosley and an American's repressed card.
Interesting. Okay, so that was definitely Mosley, but someone again is trying to hide him from us. So we see glass on the ground. There's no real other way out of here, but we do see this button. And that allows us out of the tomb. Alright, well, I don't know what's going on with Mosley, but we do have some cash suddenly.
Where have you been? I was worried about you.
For good reason, apparently.
What happened? Do you need a doctor?
Nothing you want to know about. And no, just some aspirin.
Gabriel, this is nuts. You have to get out of New Orleans.
No kidding.
Well, listen. Wolfgang called while you were out. He said, and I quote, "Tell Gabriel that I found what I was looking for. It's time for me to do my duty. Schloss Ritter is his now." Now, call me crazy, but I don't think that's good news.
Not for Uncle Wolfie, no.
What are you gonna do?
If I figure it out, I'll let you know.
Alright, so I think which page is it? Is it this? No, I don't think so. Maybe.
The newspaper.
Nope.
It includes.
Where is the... Oh, okay. So, in addition to having Casino's number and the Cajun Criddles, we also have the See the World Travel Agency. So we're going to call 585-1130.
I'm doing the best I can.
Hello. See the World Travel Agency. How may I help you?
How much for a trip to Rittersburg, Germany?
Rittersburg, Germany? Hold on, let me look that up. I can fly you into Munich. That's the closest airport to Rittersburg. You can rent a car from there, or take the train. Let's see. The best price I can see for the flight is $1,400. What would you like to do?
Charge it to my Americans repressed.
Yes, sir. And your name was?
Mosley.
Feeling a little guilty, Gabriel gives the travel agent Mosley's card number and is informed that he can pick up his ticket at the New Orleans International Airport.
Alright, so let's head out to the airport then.
Guess what? I'm going to Germany.
Really? That's great, but how on earth could you afford?
A man's got to do what a man's got to do.
Oh my God. I wouldn't like the sound of that even if you were a man.
I miss you too, Grace.
Alright, so let's head out.
Goodbye, Gracie.
Good luck. Let me know what's going on, will you?
Of course.
The airport all the way out here.
Gabriel picks up his tickets at the airport and boards a plane for Munich.
Somehow it's all still the same day.
Wolfgang?
Hello. My name is Knight. Gabriel Knight.
Herr Knight. Oh, kommen Sie bitte herein. I mean, come in, please, Herr Knight. I was not expecting you. Has Wolfgang sent you here?
Uncle Wolfgang? No, I came to see him. Isn't he here?
No, he is gone. I'm sorry. You came all this way.
Oh, great. That's all I need.
Herr Knight, Wolfgang told me all about you and gave me instructions for you to feel welcome here. Please, this is your home. You are a Ritter, no? I am just doing some work. I will continue and you may make yourself comfortable. If there is anything you need, please ask me. You may use Wolfgang's bedroom. It is at the top of the stairs.
Thank you, Miss,
You may call me Gerda, Herr Knight.
Alright, so we've met Gerda, and we're going to have a chat with her, but I just want to come down this hallway first. And if we take a look, we see all these interesting panels.
A magnificent stained glass window depicts the legendary battle between St. George and the dragon.
It's our bookstore.
3 panels hang from each side of the chapel. Gabriel cannot determine what their purpose might be.
Any idea?
3 panels.
Nope. Alright, so let's now head out and have a chat with Miss Gerda.
Can I ask you a few questions?
Yeah, of course.
The most important things that we have to ask her about. Really, she doesn't know anything about the voodoo aspects or New Orleans, any of this stuff. But all this down here is certainly important to talk about. I think the only thing we truly have to ask her about is the chapel panels, or are, rather. But we'll probably ask most of this stuff.
What can you tell me about those wall panels in the chapel?
The hangings? They describe the Schattenjäger initiation ceremony.
Tell me about the Schattenjäger initiation ceremony.
Each young man of the Ritter line must go through the ceremony when he dedicates himself to be a Schattenjäger.
But what does the ceremony do?
I do not know, Herr Knight. The only people present are the old Schattenjäger and the new. But I think it must be similar to a priest's ordination or a wedding, a ceremony of intent and oath.
You.
Is there a problem, Herr Knight?
You said wedding. I'm okay now.
Alright, so let's just ask about
Tell
these
me
things.
about Wolfgang.
What would you like to know?
Where do you think Wolfgang went?
I don't know, but I have a feeling he has gone off to go be Schattenjäger again. He is too old for such chasing around. His heart is very weak. He has not left this castle for 5 years, and now this.
Do you know when he'll be back?
I only pray he will be back. Before he left, he said Schloss Ritter now belongs to Gabriel. It worried me so to hear him say that. I'm afraid Wolfgang knew he would never return.
What is Wolfgang like?
Wolfgang is a truly wise and good man, the best I have ever known. But his life has been so full of disappointments.
What kind of disappointments?
His only son died in infancy, so there was no one to carry on the family line. And the family's financial troubles have been hard on him. Wolfgang wanted to do so much for the world, but it was all he could do just to hold on to Schloss Ritter. He has not left his mark as he wished to.
What is your relationship with Wolfgang?
Herr Knight, my relationship with your uncle is really none of your business.
You're right, Gerda. I apologize. Forget I asked. Can you show me Wolfgang's library?
How do you know about his library?
When we talked on the phone, he said he was going to do some research in his library. I thought maybe if I saw what he was researching.
Ah, yeah. A good idea, Herr Knight, but I'm afraid I cannot show you the library. You see, I have never been in it. Only a Schattenjäger can enter the library.
I see.
Alright, and I don't feel any need to have her just tell me random
nothing,
things.
Never mind.
As you like, Herr Knight.
Let's see if there's anything more about the initiation ceremony.
Is there anything else you can tell me about that initiation ceremony?
I really do not know any more about it, Herr Knight.
Alright.
Tell me something about the Ritter family.
I can tell you what they say in the village, what I heard when I was small. To the villagers, the Ritters are a little, how do you say, tragic, to be pitied. They say that the Ritters were chosen by God to fight evil, but something happened. One of them was cursed, and so the Ritters lost the way. They struggle still, but like a lame dog, you see? Without the power or magic they once had.
Tell me something about...
There are legends of how powerful the family once was, of some of their mighty deeds, of the richness of the castle, and in turn, Rittersburg itself. But at the end of the 17th century, that all changed. Since then, the Ritters and Rittersburg have been in decline.
Tell me...
It is a troubled family here, Knight. That much I know.
Okay.
Tell me something about Schloss Ritter.
Schloss Ritter has stood for many centuries, no one knows how long. It was once the pride of Bavaria, but now it is in disrepair. Wolfgang received offers to open the castle for tourists. He has resisted though, even though the castle is in desperate need of repairs. To him, this ground is sacred.
Alright, that's enough. Okay, so if we head back in here, now that we know what these panels are about, we can learn a little more about them.
According to Gerda, the panels outline the Schattenjäger's initiation ceremony. The first panel shows hands and water. The second panel shows hair and a knife.
Alright, hands in water, hair and knife.
The third panel shows a chalice on a table with ocean waves in the background.
Ocean waves, okay.
The sixth panel shows a scroll.
Should probably start with the
The
fourth.
fourth panel shows a knife and a few drops of blood. The fifth panel shows someone kneeling. The sixth panel shows a scroll.
Alright, so let's see if we can try and do all these in order. So we have a few items that we see lying around.
Is that a shaker of salt?
Yeah, salt.
Mind if I take it?
No?
Thanks. This dagger.
It is the knife of a Schattenjäger. You may take it, Herr Knight. Everything in this castle is yours now.
Alright, and we can't really go anywhere else other than up these stairs. And what do we see over here?
A large display case hangs on the wall.
Okay, can we open it?
The dis-
This scroll looks interesting.
Alright, we found a scroll. And what else is on this countertop?
Gabriel
Scissors
takes the scissors.
and a bowl. Alright, so let's see, what's this? Looks like there's some writing or something maybe up here.
The portal says, Nur der reinste darf passieren. Diesen Herz ist rein wie Glas. Diesen Seele rein wie Führer. Schreitet
I
her
don't speak German. I wonder if there's anything on the other side.
near the bed.
I don't know why the narrator's kind of thrown off.
Near
Alright,
portal. Nur
okay, so what do we need? We need to... Oh,
If I took the snow,
let's open this. Alright, so we need to wash our hands.
if I took the
Can
snow,
I use it?
Speaking of the first chapel panel, Gabriel washes his hands in the snow.
Alright, second thing we had to do was cut our hair with a knife, or maybe scissors.
Thinking of the second chapel panel, Gabriel cuts his hair.
I hate this. That's plenty.
So vain. Oh. The third thing that we needed was water from the ocean in a chalice, I think.
Putting snow in the chamber pot.
You sure? Hmm. Could make ourselves cry. I don't think that's what they want. Let me think for a sec. Let's see if Gerda can tell us what this said over here. Oops.
Can I ask you a few questions?
Yeah, of course.
There are some words over the locked door in Wolfgang's bedroom. What do they mean?
Ah, yes. Wolfgang had me translated as part of my English lessons. In English, it means, only the purest here may pass. He whose heart is pure as glass. He whose soul is pure as fire. Through this portal passes higher.
Great. Thanks.
Okay, good. Maybe we just...
Thinking of the third panel, Gabriel puts the chamber pot on the altar.
Maybe we just need the salt? Maybe there isn't water that goes in there. I thought there was, though. We'll find out.
Thinking of the third panel, Gabriel pours the contents of the salt shaker into the chamber pot.
And the next is blood.
Thinking of the fourth panel, Gabriel holds his arm over the chamber pot and nicks it with the dagger.
Oops, nearly hit an artery.
Thinking of the fifth panel, Gabriel kneels at the altar.
And now comes one of the most interesting parts of this game.
Thinking of the sixth panel, Gabriel reads the scroll.
Assuming I didn't mess up.
St. George, patron of the light, who hunts the shadows of the night. Upon my blood I call thee now. Purify me, for I vow to set my feet upon thy road. Thy soul I take up for mine own.
It worked. Something's happening.
Oh, excuse me. I was just vacuuming. I did not know you were in here.
Oh, that's all right. I've done about all I can do in here anyway. I give up.
You look tired, Herr Knight. Why don't you go to bed?
Sure, why not?
I will clean everything up. You need not worry.
I can't believe I cut my hair for nothing.
It's a terrifying looking dragon.
Soul smells, Gabriel Knight. You seek to be shattered, Jäger.
I do.
You must first burn away the past. How much sin do you have to burn? You have used people all your life. Never committed to anything. Turn back now, and I will forget that you asked for this. No! There are only two things that redeem you. First, that you have bitter blood in your veins. Second, that women have loved you purely.
Who are those three women? That is the question.
But you will not be a Shattered until you have earned it.
How?
I cannot show you the path, but I can tell you that you will have to let go of the greater part of yourself, Gabriel Knight.
No problem.
Yes. Now you asked for purification. You shall have it.
That wasn't trippy or anything. Alright, so we will end things there and come back on day 8. See ya.